We're back at it again. Another presentation, and this one, a sequel to my previous one. You could click the link in the description. But things MMA fans need to stop doing, part two. Because as an MMA fan, you're on Twitter, Instagram a lot, and you see a lot of shit that people just need to fucking stop doing. Anyway, not calling anyone out specifically, so if you feel like you do any of these things, I don't hate you. But anyway, let's get on to the first one. Shit talking fighters. I have two prominent fighters on here. My boy Bilal Muhammad and then Max Holloway. Max Holloway, I'll start with him first. He's on here because I don't think people meant to do this one. But when Ilya was fighting Charles, people were like, oh, bro, he knocked out two washed fighters in a row. I'm like, okay, well, Volk a little bit. He's getting up there in age. But Max, why are you calling Max washed? Like, he's never been knocked out before. We should have been like, whoa, I can't believe Ilya was the first person to knock him out. Instead, you got people saying like, bro, washed fighters, bro. He only fights washed fighters. Now people are saying that about DuBronx. And I'm like, are you guys fans? Why are you shit talking him? Ah, bro, he's washed, bro. He's washed. Like, what the fuck? Why are you shit talking these guys? This kind of ties into my last video where I said flip-flopping, where you like fighters. But this one, I don't know if they mean to call Max washed, because after the Dustin fight, everyone was once again flip-flopping. But the one that I feel like gets shit-talked the most online, like, okay, I think it's funny to a degree online when it's a meme. Like, people are like, oh, I can't remember the name, or can Bilal win a street fight by decision? That's all. That is funny. I don't agree with it when it's done in person. Like, I forgot what the video was, but some kid wanted to take a picture with just the belt, and he asked Bilal to move out of the way. And people like kind of shit talk Bilal at those open press conferences where the fans can ask questions. I'm like, dude, don't do that, because at the end of the day, love him or hate him, you can hate Bilal all you want for his boring style or whatever. But at the end of the day, he's in there fighting for our entertainment. He's putting on shows for us. And same with Max, and same with all these other fighters. So, like, don't shit talk them. Don't be like, they were never good, bro. They suck, bro. They've always sucked. Like, bro, chill, bro. They're the ones in there fighting for us, you know. Getting brain damage for our entertainment. Some of them are getting paid pretty well, and some of them aren't. So just don't shit talk, bro. And this goes for any profession, bro. Just chill out. You can dislike them all you want, but like, don't shit talk them, especially to their face. Now, this is going to be funny because the next one is going to kind of contradict me and then make me look like an asshole, but overly defending fighters. So what I mean by this is, if someone has like a genuine criticism, like, oh, I don't feel like this person showed up. I don't feel like they're mentally there, or they look slow in their performance. It looks like they're getting old, or something like that. Something that's a genuine criticism. And then fans come at the guy who said it, and they're like, bro, you wouldn't say that to their face, would you? You wouldn't. Can you do better than that? I'm like, what, bro? What the heck? These guys are cage fighters getting paid hundreds of thousands all the way up to millions of dollars. They're fine. They could like probably beat a majority of the people in the comment section. Why do you have to come to this guy's defense? Like, no offense, he ain't gonna see it, bro. He ain't gonna see it. So, calm down, dude. Especially when it's a genuine criticism. I also, going into the overly defending fighters, people are like, bro, if you don't train, you can't speak on these, bro, unless you train, bro. Why? I can critique a movie even though I don't make movies. It's entertainment. And if you enjoy the sport, I feel like there is a little bit of merit to you critiquing someone. If it's something like I said, like this person didn't show up, or they look mentally checked out, or they look like they're slowing down. Like, people have been saying that about Wonder Boy with his recent fight. They're like, okay, Wonder Boy used to be a little bit more slick, but he's clearly getting up there in age. I think he's like 40 something. And this is a young man's sport, so obviously he's going to show signs of slowing down. Father Time gets everyone. That's not shit talking. But then people coming at, oh, bro, this Wonder Boy, bro, we love him, bro. He'd knock you out. Like, what? Okay, dude, what does, bro, don't talk about it if you don't train, bro. Then what's the point of watching it? what's the point of being a fan if you can't like critique the product? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why people do this. The fighter isn't gonna see it. He's not gonna fly you out to a UFC event. He's not gonna do whatever. Just chill out, watch the product. If you have slight complaints, then that's cool. And then, but people complain when, like, what's his name, Rodolfo Bellato, when he clearly milked that fucking thing trying to get a DQ or whatever. We could critique that, but when it's someone that we like, oh no, we can't critique them. It's shit talking. But like the whole you want to say that to their face shit is annoying. Overly defending them. People have the right to criticize, as long as it's just not shit talking. But anyway, these people are annoying as fucking hell. Please stop doing this. Let people have discussions in the comments, because not all discussions have to be me. Anyway, I feel like I've been spending a lot of time on this one. This one really fucking bothers me. Anyway, next up, nostalgia bias. This mainly comes up because I have 4 prominent fighters right here, and everyone is just like, this is the top 4 of MMA. These guys will never be beat because title defenses, right? And that's fair. I like all these guys, except I don't really like John Jones. Thank God he retired than unretired. But I understand John Jones has a strong resume. He's considered the GOAT. Some people discredit that because he tested positive and all his horrible things, and that's fair. Do whatever you want. But like Anderson Silva, GSP, Demetrius Johnson, even Dominic Cruz, people are like, bro, these guys are the greatest of all time, bro. They can never be passed up. Even though I think that's bullshit, I feel like DJ is about to get well, actually, honestly, I think he's already passed up by Pantoja for the flyweight GOAT. I think Merab passed, what's his name? Dominic Cruz. People are still saying Jose Aldo is the featherweight GOAT, but I think Alexander Volkanovski. I feel like that one's not as controversial because Alexander Volkanovski has done crazy stuff. I think Anderson Silva, there's a little bit of a vacuum. I feel like technically Izzy could have been, but he had boring performances. I think Dricus, if he beats Hamzat, passes Anderson Silva as a middleweight GOAT. And people are like, oh, bro, John Jones is the GOAT. But I can understand when people say Islam Makhachev is the GOAT. Like, these guys can't be the GOATs forever, dude. You know, there's people who are going to come out. This is a young man's sport. Most of these wins kind of don't age well on these guys' resume. Like, for Demetrius Johnson's case, he literally was fighting nobodies because the flyweight division was so shallow. So I feel like people like Pantoja, where the competition now is stronger. Like, obviously, he fought Henry Cejudo, and he fought, fuck, I forgot his name. Figgy beat him twice. I don't remember his name. I'll put it. Benavidez. There we go. Jesus. Those are good names, but the other names you kind of don't remember. But I feel like Kai Kara France is above those guys. Fucking Manel Cap, Brandon Moreno, all those guys. So I feel like Pantoja deserves to take the GOAT status from Demetrius Johnson. We can't really hold on to these older resumes, but people are going to be like, oh, title defenses. I think Anderson Silva got a title shot his second fight in the UFC. You see what I'm saying? So he's only had title fights. For example, I think Ilya Topuria had like 6 before he got a shot, or 6, 5, one of those, before he got a shot at Alexander Volkanovski. And I don't even know how much Volkanovski had before he got a shot at Max Holloway. It's a different sport now than it was back in the day. You kind of needed these guys and rush them to a title to become those GOATs, to build the aura of the sport. But now you don't need that. The sport is already kind of well maintained. It makes a lot of money. Conor McGregor boosted it up a lot. So it's okay. We can love these guys. They are great fighters, and they are still, some of them are still in like the top 10, top 20 greatest fighters of all time. Not saying that they fell off or anything. Their resumes still hold up, but they are able to be surpassed. I feel like Ilya Topuria, Islam Makhachev, Volkanovski, Max, all these guys can have the potential of passing them if they keep going. You know what I'm saying? These people just need to stop with the... People are going to say, oh, recency bias, bro, recency bias. No, dude, this is a young man's sport. The competition's only getting better. I think George St. Pierre said it. The fighters of tomorrow today are better than the fighters of yesterday. And that's true. The skill level, the gap, I remember back in the day, you could be good at one discipline and then just dominate the whole thing. But now you have to be well-rounded. Now you have to do this. Now you have to do all. It's a lot different, and the skill gap is closer now. So saying that these guys are going to be the GOATs forever is just kind of silly. I feel like if Islam Makhachev beats JDM, gets double champ, and then maybe beats one more person, he's definitely the GOAT of the sport, and retires. Or even if he beats JDM and just retires, I feel like he's the GOAT of the sport. I feel like if Ilya beats Arman, if he beats Islam, GOAT of the sport. Anyone who gets the first ever 3-weight champion, I feel like has an argument to become GOAT of the sport too. Like John Jones dominated light heavyweight, sure, whatever. He beat so many champions. And people are like, oh, he beat the current generation with Cyril Gahn. Okay, Cyril Gahn wasn't well-rounded. He's not a Tom Aspinall. He's not a Francis Ngannou. So you can't really say he beat the current generation, dude. Oh my God, John Jones is... You know what I'm saying? It's just... People need to stop holding on. I love these guys. These guys have great fights, great moments, GOATs, but they can be surpassed, and it's okay. Because I think Lucas Tracy said it best. The GOAT list should be like a pound for pound list. It should be able to be interchangeable. Obviously, GOATs are at the end of the day subjective. I think I saw an interview with Max Holloway. He said Hoist Gracie was the GOAT because he started it all. And that's fair. He was the first UFC winner of the tournaments back in the day, 93. That's fair. I'm not going to argue with that. Obviously, I don't agree, but if that's what he believes, who he believes is the GOAT, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, Max Holloway, shout out. But yeah, these guys can get passed up. I feel like George St. Pierre is probably the hardest one to pass up because he fought pretty decent competition. But I feel like his double champ win doesn't really have merit because he fought Michael Bisping because he didn't want to fight Tyron Woodley. Anyway, that's not the point of this. These guys can get passed up. I feel like a lot of them are on the verge of getting passed up anyway. But they're still GOATs. They're still top 20, top 15, top 10, whatever. Anyway, next up, comparing fighters. I have two prominent fighters on here. We'll start with Reiner de Ridder fighting this weekend. What I mean by comparing fighters is when Ryanair showed up, everyone's just like, bro, he's like another Drickus, bro. He's just like Drickus, bro. I'm like, okay, cool, that's cool, but and then, okay, we'll move on to Ilya Topuria. People are saying bro, he's a Conor McGregor wannabe. He's just like Conor McGregor. That's cool and all, and there's similarities, featherweight to fucking lightweight, obviously. And then he said he was going to drag his balls on Paddy Pimblett's forehead or something. Obviously a Conor line, but it's not Conor exclusive. And Ryanair's weird style isn't Drickus exclusive. I just think it's weird that people like to compare fighters. That's cool. If you draw a comparison, boom, that's cool. But if in Ilya's case, I feel like it's because he's gotten so big now. People are like, bro, he's just a Conor wannabe. He's just a Conor copycat. Once again, it goes back to shit-talking fighters. It's another form of shit-talking. And then, the memes are going crazy. People are like, yeah, Ilya just wants to be like McGregor or whatever, right? And I think Ilya's talked about it. He's like, I've taken a lot of inspiration from Conor's career. I love the money he's made, blah, blah, blah. But he's not straight up copying Conor. People even look at the tattoo on his chest and be like, bro, he definitely wants to be Conor. I'm like, no, I don't think so. I don't know the story behind the tattoo or when he got it. But Conor didn't always have that chest piece. Obviously, it's synonymous with Conor McGregor now, the big giant gorilla. But and then people are like, their back tattoos are the same. I'm like, not really. And Conor didn't invent that tattoo. If you don't like Ilya, that's cool, bro. That's cool. But don't be like, bro, he just wants to be like Conor, bro. He's just a wannabe, bro. And then with Ryanair, people aren't like that as severely as with Ilya, with the comparisons to Drickus. And then there's like some forced ones where people are like, Izzy's like Anderson Silva, bro. This is the next coming of Anderson Silva. I'm like, not really, dude. Just because you see a middleweight striker, you're like, oh, bro, Anderson Silva, bro. Like, no, dude. Izzy is Izzy. Ilya is Ilya. Rynair is Rynair, bro. And like, if you draw similar comparisons, like, oh, you know, he's like similar to this guy. But don't make it like, oh, this bro's a copycat. This bro just wants to be like him, bro. Like, that's corny, that's cringe, and you don't allow these fighters. Obviously, like I said, the fighters don't need to be defended. They're making money. Ilya's rich as fuck. He's a double champ. He doesn't need me defending him. I'm just saying it's kind of silly when all you can see is like another fighter. You should enjoy the fighter for who they are. Like, seeing Ilya knock out these people is insane. Seeing his rise is insane. Also, a lot more humble in victory than McGregor was, and also no controversies. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying, stop the comparisons. It's annoying. But anyway, I think that's all I have for you. Yep, that's the end of the list. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you guys agree in the comments, or if you guys think I'm a whiny bitch. Either one is fine, because sometimes I do whine. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and have a great rest of your day.